There is no greater feeling.
There is no greater history.
There is no greater excitement.
Experience. Thrill.
Pageantry.
Patriotism. Celebration.
There is no greater family tradition.
There is no greater dream.
There is no greater race
Than the great American race.
How's it going, guys? The Great American Race on iRacing. Yes, the simulator, not the actual real one, but here we are, 200 laps in the NASCAR iRacing series. I think this is going to be, this is kind of part to race to Class A and part its own thing, because the NASCAR iRacing series is kind of like a week, or a year, it's a weekly thing, you know, next week going to Atlanta, then Las Vegas, follows the real life schedule basically. And we qualified on pole. Luckily, I really don't know how. We just hold the line and do as best as you can. And you could see the field is large. I think there's about 36 drivers in this field. So it is a large field. We are on the pole, and let's see what we can do. Now, being in the lead at these restrictor plate races are usually the safest place to be, but lately on iRacing with the bumper hook and stuff, being in the lead can be a little bit risky, to say the least. As you can see, everyone is being very patient, running in a line, and because it is 200 laps. This is only like lap 4 of 200, so you don't really want to be racing too hard at the moment. Everyone just wants to be comfortable. We've put ourselves in, arguably, it should be the safest position, but if second place decides to push a little bit, it could get a little bit risky. Now on lap 10, you could see here, again, just chilling. Really nothing going on. Everyone is still running in a line, and it's really as boring as it seems. You really just hold it full throttle and just turn left and try to keep it smooth, not to give second place a little bit of a, I would say, heart attack. But the 10 decides to move up the track and try to make a pass, and the 23 in that cool little Jeff Gordon paint scheme, he decided to know that you gotta stick with that electric car out in front. You know, that electric car is just, it's bad. It's really bad. It's looks bad, feels bad, races bad, but all in a good way. And he's basically going to follow us and push us over to the lead. Now a little bit of a bump on the back, and we have to be very careful and go down low. Now, did he push us down to the apron? No. As you can see here, this is what happened. There's the tap, and he gets on my right side, and like I've been saying, the bumper hook, it is real. That bumper hook, if you get on the right side of a car, you can easily turn them. So I was traumatized from previous races of being bumper hooked, so the second he got a little bit close to my right side, I turned left and got on the apron to make sure he backs out of it. So that's just me taking precaution. And then this is around lap 25, and you can see here everyone's racing hard for some reason, and they go wrecking in the middle of the pack, and it doesn't take up too many cars. It just looks like one gets a lot of damage and some others. We head down pit road on lap 27. We do have the #1 pit stall because we qualified first, so that actually will hopefully prove to be worthwhile as we continue on, because we just take a little bit of fuel and go on our way, and we regain the lead. Now, the 22, that is Matt Hummel. He is in Newark, and he's also one of my friends, and he was going to be our partner here in the race, and he got a little bit of contact on pit road. I don't know what happened there, but him and the 20 get some contact on pit road, and Matt, unfortunately, didn't qualify that well, so I'm up front, and I'm hoping he can get to me. But 30 laps into the race, nothing yet from Hummel, and he has to deal with what's going on back there. We make a deal with the 23 on the restart, allow him to get to the inside, or get behind us. Basically, you just tell that driver, hey, I'm going to go at a certain time. He goes at that time. That way he could fall in right behind. And you can see the field, it's still very, very healthy and big and long, and everything is just a lot of cars in one pack. Some people want to run out back, some people want to run up front, but for you guys, and well, there's two reasons. Yeah, for you guys to create entertaining content, and because I do believe it is the safest way, I want to run up front and I want to lead every single damn lap. I just think that's the best way to do it. The leader really is the safest position. And as you can see, the groups are starting to maybe look like it's separating a little bit. We have 4 cars here, maybe 6 in a pack. Lap 50, we've run about, let's say, 15 laps under green. And everything seems pretty calm. Again, no one's really making a move. We have led every single lap of the first 25% of this race. Now, I will say these races are long as heck. 25% at 50 laps feels like it takes forever, but you still got another, you got to do that another 4 times. Now, the 23 makes a move to the outside. He was working with us, and he actually moved to the outside only because he was overheating. He would actually message me a couple laps later and say I was overheating, so I had to move out. And I understood that, but that actually created a little bit of racing. So some people decided they didn't want to run in line anymore. Understandable. The pack of cars has gone down to around 9. And the 15 decides to go to the outside lane. And he looks like he wants to get into the lead, but luckily we have some help from behind. And we're able to get a little bit of a push. Now, greatly, we're going to be able to keep the lead and still be able to lead every single lap. On the bottom right, you can see the estimated fuel is only around 8 laps. And green flag pit stops are coming up. So, got to keep in mind of that. And hopefully we'll be able to pit at the right time. Lap 68, everyone decides to get into line. We are still leading. And we are coming into pit road this time by. Communicate with everyone in your pack. And say you're coming down pit road. 3, 2, 1, here we come. And unfortunately there's a wreck behind. Smoke, and we think a caution is going to come out, so we decide to go back onto the track and not go down pit road since we saw that wreck behind us. But unfortunately, there is no caution because in iRacing, if there's a spin in the infield, they don't really bring out the yellow. And I thought more cars get involved in that, but as you hear, it's just one car spinning. And those four, looks like 4 other guys decided to go down pit road. Me and a car behind, we decided to stay out. And unfortunately for us, we get a little bit of a bad break there as we have to go back around the track and come back down pit road. We come back down all by ourselves. That group that didn't pit yet, that's the group right in front of us. And we ended up losing around 7 to 8 seconds. And there they go. There's that 23. That's the group we were with. And we had to take 4 tires. And now we're going to be in a group behind that. So we go from being the leader for 70 laps of this race. And just because of a little bit of unfortunate luck there. And a decision, I guess. I wanted to be safe. Didn't want, if you get a black flag when pit road is closed, that could really ruin your race. So wanted to be safe. We running P9. Here's the group up in front. And they're single file. And the 16 gets turned in the tri-oval, and that takes out 3 cars, including the 7 and someone else. The 7 then sits in the middle of the track, and you'll see us here, me and the guy behind us. We're just going to scoot our way right by, and no harm, no foul. So because we lost our track position and trying to communicate with Hummel, who's a little bit further back, we decided to go down pit road and just put fuel only in the car, just for pit strategy purposes, just in case the race goes green from here on out. We could make it on one less stop than everyone that didn't pit, so we decided to come down pit road, fuel it up, and go on our way. Now we will be restarting in 10th place, and Hummel right there is actually on the inside line. Now listen to him, and I communicate.
Come. When you get... Yeah, you're good. Oh, you're not good. 47 points.
So you can see there we were trying to communicate to get me down to the bottom lane. This is why you really want to have friends in this place, in these races, because if you really can't win it alone. So Hummel lets us get... Now he has a little bit of damage on the rear end. That's just from the replay. He actually had... that was from the damage on pit road, but it was repaired. So on the replay here, it shows that he has damage, but in the actual race, he didn't really have any damage. And unfortunately, another caution would come out for, it looks like a stack up or something like that. That would happen, and that takes out a couple more cars, so we're thinning out the field a little bit more. Another restart comes by, and we're able to do a much better job communicating here. As, you know, you just see right there, we get right down in, and that's just easy. You know, Hummel lets us in, and we just keep going on our way, and we will actually be able to gain a couple more spots as we let that high line kind of, we didn't really let him in, so there goes the Natalie Decker paint scheme there, and we just, maybe we're in P6, I think it is it that P6? Yeah, P6, so Hummel is 2 spots behind us, which is, that's alright, or 3 spots behind us, 2 cars in between, and we're pretty comfortable there. So everyone runs in the line. Unfortunately, we're not the leader. You can see here the bottom lane doesn't look that, I would say, together. Everyone's kind of moving up a little bit, so I wasn't really comfortable here, and we were just kind of keeping our distance from the cars in front of us. And there's a wreck right in front of us, and it's wreck avoidance challenge. We get through. We do it. We are able to get through the wreck. Heart attack avoided. Oh my god. So let's see what happened here. Bumper hook time. There it is. You see, lean a little bit on that right end. The 23 gets clobbered into the wall. 2 cars spinning in the infield. We somehow are able to miss it. It was breathtakingly, heart attackingly scary. here's Hummel's view, hoping he would get through it. Was he able to? Whoa, boy! Looks like someone decided to go full throttle through there, and he was able to make it through as well. So we make it through, Hummel make it through, and after that we decided to go down pit road, as it was a little bit of a run, maybe like 10, 15 laps. Decided to take fuel only, that's it. Again, no tires really needed, and I wanted to be back up towards that lead because I did not want to be in the middle of the pack. So first pit stop, everyone else decided to take 2 tires, I guess, or maybe 4. Doesn't matter, we're gonna pit. We are back in the lead, and that's where we want to be. We weren't there for about 23 something laps, led the first 70 laps of the race, and then wasn't able to lead, but we are back in the lead, and you can see the field is starting to thin out. Let's say I'd say that front pack is about 20 cars strong. Before it was around 30 cars strong, so obviously it's starting to thin out. Going around a lap car here on lap 99. Hopefully, again, that 30 doesn't get to my right rear. Got to be very careful with that. And that lap car causes a little bit of confusion as there's a contact in the middle of the field around where Hummel is. Hummel gets a little bit stuck back there. And then coming around down the front straightaway on the same lap, the 31 gets turned into the field again. Bumper hook again on the right side. And that's causing a lot of these cautions because really, I think people believe in real life you can push on the right side and you were supposed to, but not anymore. That's not how it works anymore. And on iRacing as well, you want to be centered or you're going to bumper hook someone. So lap 111, you could see Hummel is in 4th on the bottom right, and there's that bumper hook just a little bit. We're going down to the apron. Again, that tap. There's just one little tap could send your car, and then if I'm in the bottom lane and he's on my right side, I'm going to the apron because I do not want to get hooked. It forces that second place car to check up pretty much. So that's good news. Now the pack is 6 cars. Hummel is in 4th. We are in 1st. So we got that. We're partners. That's how we're trying to work together. Everyone else we don't really know. The 30's behind us, and the 30 actually, even though for the one time that he decided to give us a little bit of a bad push, but everything else was working fine, so we wanted to work with the 30 as well. The 20 in 3rd place, Hummel had issues with him earlier in the race, and the 20 was a little bit of a wrecking ball. He was the one who wrecked the 31, so we didn't want to work with him. So we wanted to work with the 30, and we didn't want to work with the 20. So we're trying not to work with the 20, and Hummel's actually trying to get around the 20. Now, green flag pit stop time. We have to come down pit road. Nice and easy on the brakes. No wrecks this time entering pit road. The 30's going in a little bit hot. We take it perfectly and get into pit road. 4 tires. The 30 actually would not get a black flag. I was kind of surprised. 4 tires and fuel. First pit stop, or first pit stall, and we get back into the lead. The 30 will be right behind us. Hummel right behind that. And you can see here, Hummel actually gets in front of the 20 at the bottom of the screen, and that was really big because, again, we did not want the 20 in 3rd place. We were kind of scared of him. He was a little bit too aggressive. So now Hummel is in 3rd. The 30 is in 2nd. We are in 1st. So really, we have a good odds. It's really 2v2 here. And me and Hummel versus the 30 and the 20, but the 30 doesn't really, I don't think the 30 wanted to work with the 20. So it really complicated situation, but 4-car lead pack, and it was really easy scenario. Lap 142 actually, moving briskly along in this race. You can see we're coming up ahead of a couple of lap cars, and then the lap cars for some reason decide to go side by side. As soon as the leaders come through, we have to back out of the throttle big time. You can see in the bottom left how much we're out of the throttle. The 30s checks up as well, and this is a really bad area. A little bit of contact in front as well. I don't know what these guys are doing. These guys are a lap down. It doesn't make sense. I don't know what the heck's going on. Now Hummel and I, we're just trying to get through it. Hummel's on the bottom lane, so we try communicating here to get through this little stupid mess.
Still there. Well, come down. Clear low. Outside.
And you could see there we were able to get down in front of Hummel. He gives us the room, and then we have to push some lap car that's in front of us who has damage as well. I truly don't understand what they were thinking when they saw the 4 lead cars coming and then just decided to go too wide. It was really stupid. And that was a really nerve-wracking moment of the race. Luckily, we have our drafting partner behind us now for the first time. It took 144 laps for it to happen, but we finally have our drafting partner behind us. That Dale Jr. paint scheme, just look at us being Michael Waltrip and him being Dale Jr. It's just the magic duo, and we are 1-2 at Daytona in the Daytona 500. And it's just so beautiful. It's such a beautiful sight to see those 2 cars, and it made my heart melt when I said, okay, finally I have someone I can trust that is behind me, and I know he will not make a mistake as well. So one of the best feelings, honestly. Now we have a little bit of a 5-car pack here. The 20's there, the 30's there, and then the 20 gets turned by that lap car that has damage. And like I said, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with the lap cars, but luckily it does happen to the 20 because me and Hummel, we were not confident with the 20. And now we have a 3-car lead pack, the 30, Hummel, and us. It's absolutely beautiful. We are now on lap 148. You can look on the bottom right. 3-car pack, and then 4th place is 7 seconds back. That's the next pack. So it's a 3-car pack, and then I think we thought it was something like another 3 cars and then a bigger pack. So from the grandstand, you can see down the backstretch, that's us. This is a 4-car pack here. That's the 10 leading it, and they were losing time to us. And I actually don't know how, because 4 is better than 3, but don't know how that was working. Now, we go back to this pack. This is around, I would say, a 10-car pack, and this is a much bigger pack, and they're in line, and they're trying to catch up to the 10, and then the 10's trying to catch up to us. So those are the 3 distinct packs at lap 150. This is what was going on with 50 laps to go in the race, and we were in pretty comfortable position. Lap 162, really just trying to figure out when to pit, when the next time we need a pit is. Meanwhile, the second big pack catches the 10, and now they're going to form into one pretty big pack, and they just need to run down us 3. Now, they also were able to go a little bit farther on fuel. You can see here we only have 2.4 estimated laps of fuel left. This is around lap 172. Me and Matt are trying to figure out when to pit, and the guys behind us can actually go an extra 10 laps, because remember, we stayed out on the last caution, and they decided to pit. So we're coming down pit road. We have to put a little bit more fuel than those guys behind us. Everyone is pitting down right here. We do not speed, luckily. Thank the Lord we don't speed. And we go down into pit lane. Now, we only take right side tires, but unfortunately we have to wait. We have to wait. And we have to wait. And we have to wait. We're still waiting. 14.5 on the fuel. The 30 takes a little bit less fuel. I think that was the mistake that me and Matt made. We took a little bit more fuel than actually needed. But unfortunately...
Milan, I just got caught for speeding.
Yes, our drafting partner has gotten caught for speeding, exiting pit road, and now... it was nice while it lasted, but we don't have a drafting partner anymore. We do have the 30, though. I told him to wait up a little bit, and we'd be able to draft with him, but I wasn't able to really communicate with him. It sucks not having your drafting partner. Now, this race is all messed up now. It's around 20 laps to go. That lead big pack hasn't pitted yet. They've still stayed out. Me and the 30, we have pitted. We can go till the end. We're running in 8th and 9th position at the moment. We catch 7th and 6th place. Now, 7th and 6th, that's the 20 and the 5, they haven't pitted yet, so they need to pit, which means we'll be just fine, basically. And like I said, confusing race going on right now. Now, we have a 4-car pack. I actually liked that they would be in front of us, because we'd be able to go faster, and that'd be good. But unfortunately, they wreck right in front of us, and we go down the wall, boy. We save it. We get a little bit of contact, and I don't really know what happened there. It looks like the 20 gets turned, and we avoid the first part, and then the 5 comes down the track, and oh boy, we should have wrecked. I don't know how we didn't, but we should have. Unfortunately, we also get damage from that, because that contact right there was pretty big, and you can see I don't know how we didn't wreck, but that would ruin a lot of things. We had 23 seconds for repairs, and I felt like we had to repair it, so we go down pit road, lap 187. We restart in 10th, and we lose our track position. We have about 10 laps to get back up towards the front. Can we do it? We don't have a drafting partner as well. The bottom lane's checking up for some reason. Checking up, contact with the 2, and looks like the 4 gets wrecked right behind us, and there's a big wreck behind us. We get another 4-time penalty for that. I don't know why, but it looks like a big wreck happens behind us. Like I said, don't know why I did the 4, missed the shift, don't know what really happened. We get extremely lucky to avoid all of this, and there's melee going on behind us. The 4 flips in the back there. I don't know. Let's ride along with Hummel. Hummel, actually, he could have helped us if he got to us, but you'll see here, right about, bam, ow, and nothing you can do there, and his race is done. Luckily for us, we were, I don't know how, like I said, We run into the 2, and we barely get through. I mean, good lord, that's close. And, you know, we still have a chance. We still have a chance. Coming to 6 laps to go here on the restart. The 30's in the lead, but he has a little bit of damage from the wreck. He has front end damage, and we have damage as well. Our car's not as fast as it was. We can't really push anyone. We just have to stay in the draft. Get a great restart, able to get into 4th position. There's a wreck behind us going there in the back, but no caution because that's going through the infield. So we continue on. How many good cars are there left? The 30's not that great. He has front end damage. The 10 is a good car, and I think the car in front of us is good as well. But we're not that great, and we're just trying to survive here. 5 laps to go here, going down the back straightaway, and the 30 gets turned into the wall, Eric Almirola style. Caution comes out, and that would end the race, and it's the bumper hook again. Look at the bumper hook, here we go. 30's up the track, there's on the right side, the 10 turns him, and I felt so bad, because I really liked working with the 30 the most of the race. You guys can judge here. That's bumper hook. You can't get on the right side. We've seen it throughout most of the race. 5 laps ago, I don't even know why he was pushing, honestly. And I wasn't very happy with the 10. I won't lie. I gave him a little bit of a shot afterwards because I didn't appreciate him wrecking the 30 because I knew it was bumper hook, and I knew really you can avoid bumper hook. And he wins the race because of it. He wrecks the leader, wins the race. I know it wasn't intentional. I just wasn't happy about that. We lead a lot of the race. We dominate most of the race. Unfortunately, we finished 3rd. But to be honest, do you take a 3rd place finish? Yeah. I mean, Daytona is a crapshoot. I will say that. So, gonna be very happy with 3rd place finish. Unfortunately, we dominated most of the race. And someone who wrecks the leader goes ahead and wins. Like I said, I don't know how this stuff works, man. That's just racing sometimes. And you can see here, we led 143 laps. We dominated. So it is what it is. We get a certain amount of championship points, and I think I'll be doing the NIS series for a while as well. We'll probably maybe go for a championship. I don't know. But Atlanta's next week. And we ran a great race. Daytona 500 over, 3rd place. If you guys like the video, make sure to like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. I'll see you guys later. And peace out.
I can't change. Even if I tried, even if I wanted to, and I can't change. Even if I tried, my love, she keeps me warm.